How was
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of the CFL Weekly Show, presented by Royal Retros, your number one shop for retro CFL gear and official CFL PA gear. It is myself, Shane, alongside Coach, and this week we have them back. Blake and Cole are joining us this week after being MIA last week's episode. How you guys doing? How was your week? How did you enjoy the games? How you guys doing?
it was good. I mean, I did a lot of announcing, so
Don't
it was
nobody
pretty
give a
cool.
shit, Blake. Don't nobody give a shit.
Whatever. I mean, Shane
Coach is
asked,
just
so I
mad.
answered, but
Coach is just big mad.
but no, seriously, it was good. I didn't make any color debuts, so didn't do that last weekend. But no, other than that, it was a good week. It was busy, lots of driving and stuff like that, but it was good.
Yeah, cool. How did your broadcasting debut go?
It went really well. I was just talking to Blake before you guys jumped on about it. I really enjoyed myself. I'll have to, maybe if you guys are not doing anything this Saturday. I know Coach was a little bit occupied and stuff. Sending my T's and P's as always, brother. Thinking about you, sending all of our strengths, as I know speak for the other two boys as well. Was definitely thinking about you on Saturday, but enjoyed myself so much, man. I'm looking forward to it. I was just telling Blake I'm actually not going to be able to make it for this game, the BC game versus Montreal. And it's been I think since June since I've been to a Lions game. So it's been 2 months now. It seems
Been a
like
long time.
it's been a long time. So I am missing that side of things, but I was able to watch the Lions this week, so that was nice. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to next week for BI and West Shore. And it's at home, so I'm going to be back-to-back weekends. Going to be calling a game.
Okay.
And Coach, how you doing?
I'm better. I'm going through the healing process right now. Y'all know, everybody knows we had the celebration of life for my daughter on Saturday. It was a lot of emotions, a lot of crying, a lot of laughing, a lot of storytelling, dancing, because that's the way she would have wanted it. And just taking it one day at a time. And I finally am kid free for a little while. I sent my son to Florida for a few weeks.
Nice.
To some family, or what's he doing down there?
My mom and my stepdad live in Florida, and so he's this last year him and Jasmine went, but unfortunately with her passing, had to push it out. So we got him to go down there. He was excited, and he's going to be on extended vacation for a little while.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I'm sure he's excited about missing the first couple of weeks of school, because you guys start earlier down there too, don't you?
Well, actually, so 7th grade, he's going to be doing online learning. And he's going to be doing it at the beach. He said, Dad, I'm going to be playing Fortnite and doing my homework. I'm going to be streaming. I'm like, forget you, dude. But other than that, it was a good way to send her off. And hey, one day at a time, y'all. But I love y'all for checking in on me, and it means a lot.
For sure.
Shane, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. I mean, school's around the corner for us. Counting down the days. So.
Speaking of school, there is one thing that I wanted to briefly mention that's not related to the CFL, but I am so pissed off right now. Like the
Please
OUA,
tell us why, Blake.
Please share.
The OUA was the only conference that didn't have a paid pay-per-view model. They've now changed that. So
I mean, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I get it, but like all the conferences now are pay-per-view, which like for my convenience, and yeah, it sounds like, oh, woe is me, but like it makes it more of a pain in the butt for me to watch games. Like, don't even get me started on the CJFL. Like, I know Cole can't really talk about it, but like the price of BCFC games is just,
well, it's the price of so the $25 price for the CJFL is the $25 price for all three conferences. What's crazy though? Yeah.
Okay.
So what's crazy though is that because the BCFC does its own thing, if you want to watch all 3 conferences, you have to buy the CJFL TV package, which is $200
Hell
on
no.
top of the BCFC package, which is also $200.
So you're paying $400.
From what I've been able to find, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So let me ask a question.
And like one gets the other, but the way it's laid out makes it look like you have to buy both.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah,
for
go
you.
ahead, coach.
So we all know CFL Classics. He posted I watched a game. It was the Regina Rams against the Ottawa Sooners, and it was on local TV. Why can't they just show these games on local television?
Oh, don't even
Well,
get
that's
us
old.
started.
It would
Like
have to be like
It was 1985. So I was
yeah,
like,
I was gonna say like that's a throwback.
I know,
yeah,
right? I
because
was like, oh
the
shit.
Sooners aren't even U Sport anymore. But
Unfortunately,
the
just like
Rams
those TV stations
weren't
just don't have
CJFL.
budgets anymore.
Because the Rams were CJFL before they went U Sport.
oh,
Right.
okay, so it was a CJFL game.
Yeah.
But yeah, coach, like to answer your question, like greed, like that's the only thing we can say. Like because
Greed.
U Sports used to be on TV. Like I
It
remember
still
when I
is.
was like,
At least in
not.
Ontario.
No, but
In
like
Ontario, it is.
Yeah, in
on a
Ontario.
more regular
But
occasion.
like I remember when I was like 12, 13 years old, like the OUA was on the Score, which is now Sportsnet 360.
Yeah.
But was
Worst
on the
decision
Score
ever.
every Saturday. Every Saturday they'd have like a game of the week. And now you get the national semifinals, so the Mitchell Bowl and the UTEC Bowl and the Vanier Cup on CBC, and that's it. Everything else
I'm
is
pretty
free.
sure now things might have changed this year. But I'm pretty sure CBC, like CBC Gem /Sports, is broadcasting all U Sports games.
Okay.
All of them this year? I hadn't heard that. So
I think I might be mistaken. I know last year they broadcasted quite a bit. I think this
was
year
that regular season? Was that regular season, Shane? Or
I
was that
think
just
so. I think
playoff?
they were because I know they were doing hockey and they were doing like other sports too.
It'd be something to look into because I know they are
yeah,
a partner, especially part of when the Vanier Cup playoffs start. They broadcast those games, but I don't remember seeing anything about them during the regular season because definitely like it is like what first world problems, whatever you want to say, like having to pay for like Canada West TV and stuff like that. But I somewhat do agree with Blake of like it was kind of nice to always like depend on OUA TV being free, being able to catch a free game on Saturday, and it is a little bit of a bummer for sure, especially just like growing the game. But similar to like how Coach was asking about like why they're not on TV, the BCFC right now does like the TELUS game of the week where they air one game of the week on TELUS. They used to do that for the Canada West as well, I believe, on TELUS back maybe like probably before COVID. I remember at least in high school watching at least one game every Saturday that would come on that would be Canada West, and it'd be like very good production and would be on TV. So it was super cool to see, and I feel like it's just all, and I guess it's like day and age we live in where it's all streaming and online pay-per-view and all that sort of stuff. So I get it. It's just like it's unfortunate from a pricing standpoint.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at it once it's closer to the season.
CBC
but I'm
is
pretty
the key.
sure
that's like the if they because they're like they have notoriety like as like a big production, and like they do have like what Shane's talking about like with CBC Gem, they do a good job of like using that app to air stuff, and like would be a fantastic kind of gap between I think U Sports and like that broadcast.
I'm pretty sure they just pull off whatever like school feed usually.
Yeah. Well, CBC is one of I believe 6 channels that every household in Canada has. Like whether you have a cable subscription or not, if you have a TV in your house, I believe it's CBC, CTV, Global, and there's like 2 or 3 others where like it just basically comes with the TV.
Yeah, any cable package, like those are like your baseline cable stuff up here. So
makes sense.
But
Coach, like, CBC?
No, we have CBC here in Washington.
Do you?
But I prefer CFL on CBC rather than on TSN. Not knocking TSN. I just like the production value they had.
Coach, do you get the TSN announcers, or is it different announcers?
We get the TSN announcers, so I have my own little way of watching it, all the games now. And
What about when the games are on CBS Sports Network or whatever?
I tried
Is,
that like maybe a year, 2 years ago, and I hated it.
is it the TSN broadcasters as well, though?
It's the TSN broadcast.
Interesting.
So it's just like a simulcasted to their station, basically.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but it's like, all right, whatever.
I mean, it's still good for the CFL. At least it's being put on air down in the States.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I found a way to watch TSN officially, so I ain't really tripping about none of that.
We won't tell anyone. Don't worry.
Nope.
Wink,
Shout
wink.
out to my guy in Calgary, man. He Jason, he figured that out. So,
But yeah, I mean, hopefully we can watch on CBC. That'll be good.
That'd be nice.
I have no information on that yet, but
But
training camp started for U Sports. I don't know if you guys,
I saw that
you guys noticed
UBC
that.
had a couple of sessions already, and
Yeah, which is it's crazy that U Sports has a longer training camp than the CFL.
I know how. Oh, Shane, don't even get me started with that. Dude,
like how does U
fucked up is
Sports
that?
have a longer training camp and have more training
Coach,
camps?
settle in because Cole's about to go on a 20-minute
But they
rant.
also have like a winter like training.
They have
like
winter
spring
sessions.
training.
Yeah.
How do they have more practice time than the CFL does? That's wild.
they're young.
Still,
That's
though,
not the point.
Shoot, young guys gotta get more work.
It's still crazy that these guys are getting more practice time than the pros.
That's his name. Got a players association.
Coach is right to a certain extent, though. They do need more work, but at the same time, absolutely, the CFL players need to be in like fielding more often, not only in off season but in season too.
Yeah, more than 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Absolute
These
joke.
motherfuckers don't even go to 9 to 5. These were fucking part timers, man.
Basically.
That's what we joke about on the job site. You work 4.5 hours. You're a part timer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But
4.5 hours.
I'm sure it's not lack of them obviously wanting to. It's just what's in obviously the CFLPA.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sure if they could, they would all want to stay longer.
I mean, most of them do. Let's be honest. Like most players stay
Yeah.
past like the 4.5 hour mark. It's just unstructured team time, basically.
Yeah.
Like
But,
unless you absolutely have to get home.
Before we get into last week's CFL, Cole, I'll ask you specifically. What happened to the Hilltops last week?
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
Okay, that and I think I jinxed. I know they won. I think I jinxed the Okanagan Sun. I literally I was talking to Wizard about it. I was like, man, I was talking to the guys on the weekly show. I was like, oh, Oki's probably not going to give up like 25 points all year. Next week they're down 11 to PG. They end up smoking PG. But then the West Shore West Shore Okanagan game, excuse me, was crazy, man. That was an absolute shootout, 43-39.
What happened? Why did that fourth quarter seem like it lasted like an hour and a half? Did it go to overtime?
No, it didn't. It just, I don't know what happened. It was like I feel like, how many touchdowns? 3 touchdowns were scored, and I think a field goal. So, like, just, I guess, like, all that kind of situation, stopping the ball, stopping the clock, I guess, kind of come into play a little bit. But the Hilltops Winnipeg Rifles game, I was texting back and forth with a couple of my buddies that I play with on the Raiders that were actually Hilltop alumni as well, have national championship rings, and they were like stunned and not expecting, kind of like, obviously, like we're talking about it right now. We don't even live in Saskatoon. We're like absolutely stunned because Winnipeg, I believe, struggled last year. I don't remember exactly what their record was.
Like
give me a second and I can pull it up. I have their stuff all in my.
If I'm not mistaken, Winnipeg like went through.
They were 1-7.
Yeah,
they gave up 309 points. They only scored 93.
They had 2 pretty good players, like 2 brothers. I believe one of them got like a little bit of a CFL look with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But other than that, I'm pretty sure they were like virtually a two-man team in those two brothers. And then like going into this year, they were kind of like a lot of question marks. And as all four of us know, the Hilltops are the standard in the CJFL. Multiple, I wouldn't say multiple, like I think it's double-digit national championships in the last 10 years or whatever it is. They're just the epitome in the CJFL, as I mentioned. I know Regina's kind of somewhat taken over in the PFC the last few years as kind of the top dog, and I would imagine they're going to be they're going to be top dog again. But don't count out the Hilltops for too long. Coach Tom Sargent's a hell of a coach, and he knows how to get that program back to the top. I wouldn't even count them out this season, man. Especially going through like something like this, where I would imagine their coaches and stuff like that are going to be able to get off to them a little bit more.
Yeah, I wouldn't count them out. I would honestly, I would expect them to be back in the PFC championship against the Thunder. But like when I saw that the halftime score was like 27-4, and I was like, what the? And then I saw the final score too, and I was like, holy smokes.
The Regina Thunder's backup quarterback just left to come out to Kamloops as well, which is a little bit crazy. He was like pretty good quarterback, so I'm curious to see if he can like enhance Colton Meikle at all, because unfortunately that is an absolute disaster for Colton Meikle, man, right now. He is,
yeah, poor guy.
I don't know if you guys know, but like, so Colton Meikle played in the CJFL as a grade 11 and his 12th season, so he's a fifth year, but he's only 21, I believe. And he was probably the youngest player at CFL training camp last year when he was out with the Lions. This year he was with the Lions again. And Kamloops is like, he was born and raised there. Don't know why he hasn't left yet, but he's down to their third string quarterback after I believe it was like the second series of week 1. Their first string quarterback broke his wrist in like training camp. Their second string quarterback got hurt week 1, like I said, the third series of the game. So they've been playing with their third string 18-year-old rookie quarterback, and he's not been it. Like I think Colton Meikle had like one reception for like minus 30 yards last week. I was like, bro, this is
they got a safety. The Rams beat them 28-2.
I was like, how are you just dying there? But I would imagine the Lions are kind of telling him, hey man, like we're gonna bring you back to camp once again, and you're kind of as long as you don't get hurt, your team sucks. Like we're not looking at that as an indictment on you.
I just want to say for people who are listening, for the Hilltops, since 2000, they've won 14 national championships. They've won 23 total,
Coach,
including one.
So 14 in the last 25 years,
including 6 in a row from 2014 to 2000.
I knew it was a lot. I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah,
Coach,
the Rams were actually the team that unseated them in 2023 is the year they won the national championship.
So I think they lost to Langley in like the
2021
conference or whatever it is.
At that game.
Because Langley went on to beat London that year in the Nationals like 37-0. So
yeah, it was a downpour and the game was like 13-9 or something.
That's why when Andrew Harris did what he did back in 06 and 07, it was like, this guy's a god, because he ran for 400 yards and like 3 or 4 touchdowns back-to-back playoffs against them, and like they were in their prime pretty much back then.
Yeah, it was between those two teams, because that was between 06 and 09, Vancouver won 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
God damn.
So
thank you, Andrew Harris.
Before we talk about the CFL games, may as well just go quick, since we're talking about the CJFL. May as well go through.
You always post the scores. We just never talk about them.
Yeah. May as well go through last week's slate of games. OFC went into week 2. It's the new team, Sault Ste. Marie Cougars, lost to the Hamilton Hurricanes 37-16, which was kind of a surprise given how bad Hamilton played in week 1. Kind of figured Sioux was going to go in there and roll over. They got beat pretty bad. The Ottawa Sooners opened up their season against London Beefeaters, with London coming away with a 19-6 win to improve to 2-0.
That's Coach's favorite team, the London Beefeaters.
Hey, 50 years of CJFL football.
He was so amazed when he heard
that. And to no surprise, the reigning Canadian Bowl champion St. Clair Saints beat up on the Quinte Skyhawks 56-1.
They
Apparently
had like 3 touchdowns called back in that game too.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. 56-1. St. Clair
Somebody need to
State.
get fired.
You know what I'm expecting? This is I go off track real quick before we talk about the BCFC. St. Clair is in Windsor. I give it 5 to 6 years before the Windsor Lancers become a beast in the OUA because they're just going to pull straight from the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, like 21-year-olds spend like 3
Oh.
years at St. Clair College, then go play at the University of Windsor for the Lancers.
Their program's in like a good spot right now either. Like they're like a very competitive, respected program. So like I agree, like in a few more years too, when they're continuing to be good and competitive and then they get that dividend, it'll be interesting.
Be interesting to watch. So yeah, then going on to your BCFC, the Okanagan Sun beat the West Shore Rebels for a battle of first place, 43-39, where West Shore went into the fourth quarter up, and I was expecting that to be an upset.
Coach, guess how many sacks Jaquintus Summers has through 4 games?
9.
And
He's got 8.
Did he have like
You're
3
close.
last week?
Black Power.
I think he had 2 last week, I believe. But
yeah, I was gonna say it's an average of 2 a game.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they're on a bye. They're on a bye this week, so
Thank
Yes.
gosh.
After being up 4-0, the only team to play every week so far. Kamloops Broncos get their butt kicked 2-28 by the Langley Rams. And then to finish it off, the Valley Huskers go to Vancouver Island and lose 13-18 to the Raiders. That was a closer game than I
expected.
Yeah. What was going on there?
Did you guys think VI was going to win a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would say like I get that. Well, I don't know if you guys have watched Valley, probably maybe as close as I have. Valley is a much better team than 0-2 coming in, and 0-3 now. I think Valley's a team to watch. I know Blake will hate to hear this. I think it's going to be between like Valley, Langley, and VI for that like 3rd and 4th spot. Because I think it's clear that it's Okanagan, West Shore for that 1 and 2. And I like Langley. Like I like kind of what they're doing, but I feel like there's still a lot of question marks around like their offense more so than their defense. And like you could say that about all.
The offense.
You could almost say that about all 3 teams. Where like Valley's defense very good as well. Their offense kind of a little bit questionable. I feel like all 3 teams just kind of like their quarterback more so needs to like whoever's quarterback kind of steps up is going to be the team that's like in the 3rd, and that other one's going to be the 4th, and someone's going to be missing the playoffs this year. But Valley don't count them out because they have a really good running back. Their quarterback's kind of like the problem because like he was the 3rd string behind Taylor Algersma at Laurier, and he's a Port Coquitlam guy. He played, I think, at Terry Fox. I want to say Blake. 3rd string at Laurier, came back to BC, and like, yeah, I think he's 4th in the BCFC in rushing yards, but he's like probably like 6th in passing yards, and like he's just not efficient passing the ball. He's like a very dual threat quarterback, but not really dual threat. He's kind of like a single threat quarterback. So like when they can pass the ball, Valley will be even better. And their defense, like they have like this guy named Jack Winey, who's like an NCAA Division III All-American that came up here playing linebacker for them. Really good player. Their linebacking core is actually honestly probably like the best in the BCFC until obviously Jacob Bond gets back. With like Raiden Masson playing Sam, he's probably going to be an All-Canadian this year. Like Valley's a team to watch for sure, even though that they've started 0-3. The Langley game is a tough one, but West Shore is obviously West Shore, and then I think BI will be a competitive team this year. So watch out for Valley for sure.
Jacob Bond might not be back in Okanagan all
I
year
know
because he's hurt right now. He's been limited in practice the first 2 days, but
I don't think he's coming back this week though. I've already kind of reached out to Coach Miller, I guess I would say. I don't know if I can say that. And asked, but he's not coming back this week, and I feel like it's already halfway. It's week 5 of. I know it's 12 weeks, but a 10-game season. It's basically next week will be halfway, which is crazy that he's missed half the season.
I love the Huskers logo. I mean, just straight out, the Huskers logo is the best one in the BCFC.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I've always liked it.
Like
they're like our biggest rival, but it is a cool logo.
Like the scarecrow type, like evil scarecrow. vibe is sick. And then obviously the PFC finally opened up their season, the last conference to finally kick things off. The Saskatoon Hilltops lost to the Winnipeg Rifles 31-11. Regina Thunder beat up the Edmonton Huskies 31-16, and the Edmonton Wildcats beat up on the Calgary Colts 35-19. And that's
That
your
Regina game is a little deceiving though, because Regina put up 500 yards of offense,
Mm.
and 300 of them were rushing.
yeah.
Nothing wrong
That's
with that.
wild.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Wild.
No. I'm saying like those numbers, you would think they should have scored more points. They just
The
didn't.
Trevor Harris offense right there.
Yeah. Speaking
You
of
know,
Trevor Harris, should we move
you know
into
Shane,
the
you know
recap?
Shane how to get that
Let's
in.
move into recap.
Hey, I'm just saying that like it fit perfectly. Okay, he kind of set it up. I had to take it. I'm not sorry about it.
We put it on a tee and Shane hit it out of the park.
Yeah, getting into the Blue Jay spirit with how they've been playing.
Not right now, but
Hey, you can't win all of them.
that's true.
Last week was good, right, boys? Yeah. In
Pardon?
the CFL, last week was good in the CFL, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
For
we,
some
Yeah, I
of
mean,
us.
with I think it was 9 points, 9-point difference between winner and losers combined.
Yeah, in all four
last
games,
week.
which was insane.
So we'll start off with the BC Lions Hamilton Tiger Cats. Just to recap, myself and Coach picked Hamilton. Cole and Blake took BC, and this game went down to the wire. It was a 41-38 win by BC in overtime. Tim White, and fumbled the ball.
Christoph, boy, what a peanut punch, man.
Like,
Yeah,
it
but
was a great defensive
you
play.
should have two hands on the ball at that point.
But like that was just a bad play by Tim White. He should have had the ball, should have held on to the ball a little bit better. Especially in overtime, like especially your first possession.
I'd argue it was just a better play. Christoph, you punched the ball up.
Yeah, but he was barely holding on to the ball. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a great defensive play, but Tim White should know better than to keep the ball out like that.
I guess. I feel like that's just the
once you feel contact, you're taught to tuck it.
That's like that's the new trend, though. Like that is the trend of every defensive player going to punch it out.
Yeah, and you're taught as like an offensive
sometimes.
player.
I mean,
so
it
like,
worked.
If you feel
last week, but
you feel the pressure, you tuck it, and he just didn't do it. But either way, what a shootout! Nathan Rourke and Bo Levi.
Games.
It was a great back-to-back series between those two teams. 408 yards for Nathan Rourke, 305 yards for Bo Levi. They combined for 5 touchdowns. Justin McInnes with 159 passing yards or receiving yards. I always can't. I butcher this guy's name, Aiden Eberhardt.
That was good.
That was good.
That was perfect.
Wow, I always butcher his name, so I'm glad I got it live. No receiver over 100 yards for Hamilton. So who wants to go first on this one?
Blake, were you? No, it was in Hamilton. I was gonna say, were you there? But no, you were not. Blake,
no,
what do you think, buddy?
not, but I watched 95% of the game. I was in the car for the very start of the game and the punt return touchdown. Which before we go any further, praise up to Isaiah Wooden. He got injured later on in the game, had to be carted off. Haven't seen a Hamilton injury report yet. I do know that he tweeted that he was appreciative of all the love and support and stuff like that, and he would be back on the field. But it's never want to see injuries like that, especially when Cole and I could talk till we're blue in the face about the Lions special teams. But like we had that guy, and we're like, yeah, no, he's not good enough. And now look at what he's been doing in Hamilton up until last week. But yeah, no, I watched a lot of the game. The game drove me nuts for like pretty much the whole game because like not only in the second half where as has seemed to be the case way too often this year, the Lions defense couldn't get a stop. The first half was the complete opposite. Like the Lions outgained Hamilton like it was something silly like 210 to like 65, not including that 85-yard punt return in the first half. And if it wasn't for a Javon Catoy touchdown with like 10 seconds left in the half, they would have been trailing. going to halftime. It was 13-7 though at the half, and then kind of just turned into the shootout that we know it was. From there, went back and forth all game. Thought the Lions had blown it when Seven McGee dropped a punt there. Hamilton scored to go up 8, but he made up for it on literally his very next touch because the next kickoff he took off like 80 yards down to the Hamilton 20. The Lions would score, get the 2-point convert. Not the 2-point touchdown as the CFL X account tweeted out, but
Yeah, jeez. Oh,
Luke had a field day with that, and
I mean, it's
I
brutal
I
though.
brought his name up here. Here we go.
Oh
He's no
God.
longer
Have,
tweeting about the
have it,
CFL.
have it, have a
I
drink. You should do
know.
that. Drink every time.
I know, but he had a field day with that, but it went back and forth in the fourth quarter, and thankfully, by the way, a little I know they're friends of ours, but a little dig at Julio and Moj. We love Cole and I especially love them on the radio broadcasts, but they talked about early in the first quarter how both kickers were perfect on field goals going into that game. Leggio ends up missing 2. He almost missed 4 because he had 2 that just snuck inside the upright, and then White misses 1. And after that turnover, the Lions were able to kind of just drive the field until they got to about the 10-yard line, and then they said, okay, enough, send out Sean White. And especially with the CFL rules, you knew that game was over at that point because even if I guess if he hit the upright, it could have gone to the second mini game, but with the CFL rules, as long as he misses it either wide left or right, for as close as they were, the Lions were going to win either way. So
Yeah, it was a pretty good way to start off the week. I felt like this kind of set the tone for the rest of the week in the CFL, which is very exciting. Um, First of all, to kind of piggyback off a little bit of what Blake said of talking about special teams till we're blue in the face, definitely, the Isaiah Wooden. I know Blake. I don't know if maybe Blake heard a little bit, but I believe he was having a little bit of internet connection when he was saying, we had Isaiah Wooden, and was let go. I believe it was last training camp, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously, we've had, the conversation was out there of like, they basically said, we're good with Terry Williams, and Terry Williams throughout his career was. I know a lot of fans kind of pointed to, the return yard average, and it was fairly good, but personally, I don't feel like he was that great, maybe average to like maybe slightly above average as a returner. So I felt like you could always look elsewhere to try to get better in that position, and the BC Lions felt like they were all good. Obviously, Isaiah Wooden has came in with the Hamilton Tiger Cats this year and been super exciting. And then with, as well as Blake said, right, Seven McGee, I know he made up for it, but he fumbles the ball. But he is also like the second like with Jeremiah Jackson, who we already tried earlier in the season as a punt returner. He really couldn't get anything going, went through a little bit of injury issues, and now they kind of had to turn to Seven McGee. They tried a little bit of Robert Carter, but I feel like that's a dangerous thing with him being a starter on defense and not wanting to burn him out too much, as well as he got popped on one of the like few returns he's
yeah,
done this season.
couple
So
games ago, yeah.
yeah, as I mentioned, we could talk about special teams that were blue in the face outside of even the return game with kick coverage and stuff like that being a problem. But the one guy that neither of you guys have mentioned that I'm shocked that you guys have had, because he is the best running back in the CFL right now. James Butler revenge game on the
Oh
Hamilton
yeah.
Tiger Cats, man. Unbelievable, this guy. This guy, whether he wants to admit it during the halftime interviews, post-game interviews of like, hey, did you have a little extra in the tank for this? And he kind of tries to play it off and downplay a little bit. And then maybe a little bit afterwards, a few days later, he ends up kind of like coming around to, yeah, I was definitely a little bit motivated to play my former team. I know he's done it with Edmonton's another one, when obviously he came back to play BC last year and then playing against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I believe he was pretty effective in the first game, forgive me, Blake, if
Yeah, he had a
I can't,
couple rushing touchdowns in that game as
in
well.
the game at home, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he catches a fantastic ball. Like the touchdown pass that he caught, getting his toes down as well, was a great job by James Butler. A fantastic play of showing his ability as I said, the best running back in the CFL this season. Can run between the tackles, can make somebody miss, as well as can catch the ball out of the backfield. I've said this over the last past week. The only thing I would ask for him to do better is just hold on to the football and eliminate some of these turnovers that have been kind of falling around this year. But other than that, super exciting game, and I'm glad the Lions were able to come out on top.
My issue I got one issue with the game. If you're going to talk trash, make sure you're going to put the game away. I don't remember which player it was that was talking about.
DeAndre Smith.
Yeah, thank you. I knew it was him, Keandre Smith. If you go talking about, oh, y'all said the East is ass, the West is ass. No, 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 no.
Look at Shane Smurgy.
As a brother who's prideful about being from the West Side of the United States, we all know West Side is the best side, as we like to say down here. Bro, don't do that. Don't do that, because the game wasn't even out of reach. Like, put the game away first. That's my only issue. Other than that, it was Hamilton's game to lose. BC played very, very well. James Butler is ahead of the class when it comes to the running backs right now. I mean, he's balling. He is balling out of his mind, and that is what Hamilton should have done. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna call him by their name. Scamilton should have done, and that, like, they should have utilized him more. And now you're seeing what James Butler can do. Yeah, he had a down year last year, but this year he's bounced back. He's comfortable in his role. He's playing to his abilities. They're utilizing him a little more than what Hamilton did. And hey, hats off to BC for the W, man. Hats off to them.
I can't believe a year ago at this time, like James Butler was like about to get benched,
Yeah.
or did
Well,
get
to
benched.
be fair, like Bo Levi got benched.
Yeah, very good point.
Yeah.
How many?
Again,
I believe.
think-
I
I'm gonna put
believe.
it out there. Do not let what Bo Levi and that offense is doing convince you that Milanovic is a good coach.
Thank you.
I
Thank
tried
you.
to tell you guys, like, I agree with Coach. Like,
What are you talking
What
about?
the fuck are you talking about?
What,
We was talking shit about Milanovic all last year.
no, I'm just saying, like, I don't think
that.
Hamilton's as good as their record.
You are what your record is. Okay, Blake. All right. You listen.
No, Hamilton's good. Their defense still needs some work. That secondary still needs work. That offense, though, is humming.
Yes.
But Bo Levi is having an MOP candidate. Like, Bo Levi and Kenny Lawler are both having, respectfully, 2 different MOP type seasons, which has allowed guys like Keandre Smith and Tim White to open themselves up and be a bigger impact in the offense. But it's because you have a Hall of Fame quarterback who's been to multiple Grey Cups, who had one of the best winning percentages ever in CFL history, and you're going up against, arguably, when healthy, the best receiver in the league.
Okay. But,
like,
well, let me add this in here, though. We're going to have to see it down the stretch for Hamilton's defense. We all know when it comes to the postseason and when it comes to Grey Cup, or just in any sport in general, your defense wins you the championship, no matter what. I don't care. There's very rare times where offenses actually win championships, as we all, and it's just a proven fact. You have to have a strong defense to make it happen, and I need to see Hamilton's defense step it up down the stretch. We're still kind of midway. We're in the midway point of the season. Get your chemistry right, get your system under you, and be able to make plays. That's it. Create turnovers. That's it.
100%.
Right. Friday Night Football.
Friday night
football. Friday night snooze fest.
Wow.
McLeod's been benched.
McLeod's hurt.
No, he's not. He's not hurt, Shane.
Well, I mean, he's on the 6th game. That's just facts. So
yeah, he's on the 6th game because it's already too late
have to be
cut
hurt.
him.
You have to.
Is this a conspiracy theory, Blake? Is this a conspiracy theory?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Where's your tin hat?
Get the fuck out of here. He could be really hurt.
Where's your tin hat?
And your little stool to sit in the corner.
But yeah, Edmonton in Montreal. I had Edmonton, and I believe
I had Edmonton.
Blake also had Edmonton, and then Cole and Coach had Montreal. To be said, I wasn't sweating just from the outcome of that game, purely from a pick'em standpoint, is an understatement. They walk away with a last-second field goal to get that W.
It was a
I don't have much to say. It was a bad game. Like, Fajardo is not it. I think, as much as I don't think Ford is a better quarterback, I think they have a better chance of playing
Shane, I hear you on for starters on it. You have to give it to this man. He is a tough fucking son of a bitch, man. The way that guy
Yes.
stands in the
Yeah,
pocket,
he got
dude.
sacked 5
Purely
times,
Dude.
man.
because he holds the ball
No,
too
but
much.
Shane, I agree. But
It's his own fault.
at the same time, he
But-
does fucking hang in there to make those.
Yeah, because
he did it on the
he's
game
an
winning drive.
idiot.
Oh my God, Shane, you're such a hater.
No, dude holds on to the ball for like 5 seconds and gets sacks, and then people want to blame his O-line.
But
O line sucks, Shane.
What are you talking about? You have 5 seconds to throw the ball. That's plenty enough time.
He
Plenty of
doesn't.
time.
He
Yes,
doesn't.
he does. Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't, Shane.
He does. 100%.
he does. He does.
does.
Cole. He does.
No.
If you have more than 3 seconds, it's on the quarterback.
But Cody's
Yeah.
Cody's always looking for the big play. That's why he stands in the pocket so tall and is be able to stand there. Now you're taking that risk of getting sacked. It's just what happens. If he's gonna run it, he's gonna climb that ladder, he's gonna make something happen. He's gonna get about 5 or 7. But in this game, he didn't really take those opportunities because that D line is nasty. When healthy and when their motor's going, yes, that D line from Montreal is fucking disgusting.
Very.
Like
But-
Cody,
Too bad they don't have a quarterback right now.
who?
But when you have,
Montreal.
what are you talking about? They have Cameron Dukes.
He won't be ready to start on Saturday.
You'd be
Well,
surprised.
What are you gonna do? Say that?
Look
he
what
can't pull a
happened last
Baker
year when they
Mayfield?
trotted out Nathan after like 1 day of practice. How did it go for the Lions? Not well.
That's
That's
y'all.
the team was
It's Caleb Evans, isn't it?
Yeah, they got
Caleb
Caleb
Evans is
Evans.
getting the start. I'm like
Yeah.
99% sure they've already committed to it.
He started games in the CFL. It's a safe bet.
He's still not gonna. He hasn't developed enough as a passer, in my opinion. He's just like a wish. He's the
Yeah,
wish version of Trey Ford.
Over
Wow.
the Cameron signing today, like for sure, Caleb Evans will start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Caleb Evans should start, but against BC, should be interesting.
Okay.
Shane's just preying on Montreal's downfall.
These niggas prayed on my downfall.
I saw Shane's tweet today. Oh, we got to capitalize on
Yeah, I mean you
Montreal's
do.
quarterback issues.
Yeah, and
Shane's already
what
scheming.
happened to
Shane's scheming.
and then Shane got another injury.
Yeah, Amari Henderson's out for the year.
Yep.
That's what you get, Shane. That's called karma.
As far as I'm concerned, they're just both bad teams. Like that
That's
Edmonton
fine.
Montreal
You
game.
know,
That's
he's
fine.
right though. Like he's
But
right though.
Right now. No,
They need to. They're 2 games back, I believe, right, Shane?
Yeah, they're 3-6. Montreal's 5-4.
We're in August 13th. Like if Ottawa gets hot down the stretch, like. But do I think that? Do I think that?
Yeah, but the
We'll have
problem
a
is
Labor Day
eventually
bye.
Davis Alexander is going to return.
That's
Okay,
fine.
Shane, let me ask you this question. What to you will make this season good for them? For you to say this was a good
Playoffs.
season. They made it last year and Drew threw the ball 61 times.
Yeah,
that's
they
because
lost by
replaced the running back
13.
they lost.
Well,
But
Shane, would you be happy if they get in the playoffs as like
At this
Third
yeah,
point,
I mean,
yes,
I'd have
I'd
to
be
be
thrilled.
after being like 2-6. If they can somehow make the playoffs, yeah, I'll be
Winnipeg
happy.
was 2-6 and they went to the Grey Cup.
That's what I'm saying.
That was
is that
different.
Oh my God.
like real for me personally, if to salvage the season, you go 7-9 or 7-11. Like at minimum, that's kind of like
I just went to
a
7.
salvage season.
I could just see Shane's like smile, like little smirk behind the keyboard. When I was
Like,
reading,
but, like,
when I was
you
reading, when I was reading your tweet, I could just see your little smirk.
No, but like if I'm like most Ottawa fans, they won't be happy missing the playoffs. Even if they make the playoffs at like 7-11, they're not going to be happy.
Shane, you're never going to be happy with Ottawa. Let's just be
No
real.
doubt, dude.
No, you know what I'll be happy about Ottawa is if they can actually have back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since like the 80s.
Very
That'd be nice. Don't go 12-6 and then 8-9-1 the next year for back-to-back years, and then to go 11-7 and then go fucking 3-15 the next year. Create some stability and I'll be happy. That's all I'm asking for. I feel like that's rational and like logical from a fan base and like from a supporter's perspective is to create consistent success, right? I feel like Cole, you want to be happy if the team went good to bad, good to bad, good to bad.
Hello, you play to win the game.
Exactly. So, but I'm not wrong. If Ottawa can somehow,
Of course, you're gonna say you're not wrong.
well, no shit. They're 2 games back in Montreal, and Montreal plays Winnipeg and BC next, or BC and then Winnipeg.
So you want them to win the next 2. That way they can go into what? 3rd place?
Second
place. But
they technically still be 3rd because Montreal
they'll be what 5 if they win the next 2. They'll be 5 and 6, and then they'll be second. And so it's like, can they sustain that success? Because the only thing that frustrated me about are we on to Saturday's game now?
Not yet. We're just talking.
Well, technically, yeah, because there's nothing really to talk about for Edmonton. It's Edmonton.
So let me just say this about Saturday's game between Ottawa and Toronto. Toronto choked. Obviously, that's needed. It's just obvious.
100%. That special team
defense is so bad.
Okay.
To be fair, Ottawa lost 2 starters on the first 2 plays.
Okay, and Benji Franklin got fooled by Geno Lewis. He sold. Benji Franklin sold. But Ottawa, Bobby D is fighting for his job right now, honestly, to me. And I hate to see that because Bobby Dice, to me, is the right guy for this team. It ain't Rick Campbell. It ain't the DC. It ain't nobody else. It's Bobby D that's the man for the job. I think this was one of their better performances. Drew took care of the ball. Drew didn't do nothing crazy. Williams stand back down the stretch, got some really good runs. I think they need to lean in and run a little more, but that with all those weapons, Braylon Addison played good. Justin Hardy played good. Gino balled out. It's kind of what we were expecting them to be. They're doing better. But to win the next 2, that's going to be a challenge for them. And then can they sustain that level?
No, it's not. They play Winnipeg this week.
And Winnipeg's a very beatable team.
Yes, we're going to get to that because I got a lot to say about that.
Don't sit here and act like Winnipeg isn't like a beatable team. They're very much a beatable team.
They are a one-man show.
They literally lost to Toronto like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now.
But Winnipeg is a one-man defense right now. If Willie isn't knocking down passes, that secondary is vulnerable.
That was last week, right? The Willie game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Willie game.
Again, I'm not sitting here saying Ottawa's going to like go to the Grey Cup. That is not even close to reality.
This is the CFL though. It's possible.
I mean, look at Montreal. Montreal made the playoffs. It's
possible. I didn't say it's gonna happen.
Montreal won the Grey Cup as a 3 seed. Winnipeg's dynasty started off as them sneaking into the playoffs as a 3 seed. So you
gotta hope that also Winnipeg or BC
hope and realism
off.
are 2 different things. Realistically, could Ottawa finish at like number 2? Probably, depending on how Montreal favors until Alexander come back. Because that's what it'll come down to. Is that can Ottawa gain up ground? Because they're not touching him.
Yeah, that 2 seed is a home playoff game too.
Okay,
yeah,
but
they're not touching Hamilton. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're not going for first. Like, they're not touching Hamilton.
But
right now, what if Bo Levi gets hurt?
It's Hamilton's division to lose, and I think Ottawa is a good matchup against that defense, that Hamilton defense. You would
need for Hamilton to lose out. That would be a miracle for Ottawa.
Yeah. Okay, but as far as the game goes,
you basically need them to go like 2-7 over their last 9 games.
Damn.
For Hamilton to lose out of their
and the
number
East
1.
Division
Like, even just like lose out of number 1 against
9-9.
Like they would have to go like 2-7. They have the season series against Ottawa, so you can't end up in a tie against them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You would have to end up with more wins. And the only way that happens is if they go on a 2-7 slide over their next 9 games, and Ottawa goes on like a 9 or an 8-2 or 8-1 winning streak over their next 9 games. Like,
would you be happy with that?
I'd be content, but again, my thing.
Oh my God, he wouldn't even be happy. He would be content.
Again, my thing is, I want to see them do it again next year.
What about now?
They did it last year. So
that would be 2 years in a row.
9-7-1.
That's a winning season.
Sure, but you lost like 2 out of your last 9 games.
Who cares? They had a winning record.
Oh,
But
coach,
you come in and you go
difficulties?
2-6 or 3-6 over your first 9 games.
Bro, okay.
Consistency.
Just take what okay.
I will be happy that they made the playoffs and they turned around a 2-6 season. Sure. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, you guys. It's the same thing that I had an issue with fans with Rick Campbell, who went 3-6 to end 2016 and then started 2-7 in 2017.
It's not about how you start, it's how you finish. They finished with a winning
It's
record.
about consistency. It's about consistency. It's year over year.
Okay, but damn. Like,
Ottawa doesn't even have that. Ottawa hasn't had a winning season since the 80s.
They just won last fucking season.
I want
winning
consistency.
seasons.
And
I had a 12-6 season. I've had an 11-7 season. You know what I haven't seen? Consistency.
okay, I hear you.
Ottawa won the Grey Cup going 8-9-1 and winning the division at 8-9-1. So yeah,
Weren't they first in the East that year too?
Exactly.
that's why I said they won the division at 8-9-1.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that part, but
It don't matter. It don't. Okay. Yeah,
So,
you want
yes,
consistency.
I want
Yes.
a winning, consistent winning football team year over year over year. I don't know why that's such a bad thing to want.
Okay, and I
It's
want to
not.
One year
But that
success.
don't mean nothing.
1 year
That ain't gonna
success
happen.
means nothing to me. At this point, it is 11 years in, and you've had 3 winning seasons, and you had not have a back-to-back winning season since the 1980s.
Oh God.
So yeah, I personally, sure, you turned around the season. That's really good. That's great. I'll enjoy it. But I don't care if you go into next season and you throw it a dud. Same
Yeah.
thing as last year. Like consistent winning seasons. If you're consistently 10-7, that's fantastic.
Shane's traumatized for life from the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Like
Huh?
Did Shane's traumatized
Well,
for
no.
life?
you're
from
gonna
the
tell me
No,
that
no,
you'd be
in
happy that
fairness-
if
In
You're gonna tell
fairness,
me
Shane is
you
traumatized
three-
by being an Ottawa sports fan.
you're gonna tell me that you guys wouldn't be kind of like, okay, cool, if all your teams went 10 years with only 3 winning seasons and not including a back-to-back winning season, and you'd be like, oh,
I
we made
have
the
done
playoffs.
that. I'm a Canucks fan.
My favorite team. My favorite team missed the playoffs for 17 straight years.
And what was you were happy, but you wanted to see consistency. You're going to tell me that you'd be okay with a one and done year? If the Bills made the playoffs 1 year and then missed it for 2, 3, 4 years in a row?
I mean,
I
during
did
that
watch
Would
time,
you be happy?
definitely.
No, would you be
Sure.
happy if they made the playoffs 1 year and then missed it
Sure.
for 5 years?
During that time,
You're very
I would have took.
passionate about this,
I would.
Shane.
I would have
like
took
that.
anything for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you're capping. If
Shane,
you had
you have no idea. Okay, Shane. Think about this. Okay, so I'm born in
Wide
1997.
left, Cole. Wide
no.
left.
I'm born in 1997, right?
I know we were all
Wow.
born in 97 outside of coach.
My 5th birthday,
Fuck you.
I got a. My 5th birthday, I got a Bruce Smith jersey. So that was 2002. Okay, so they made the playoffs for the last time in 2001. So my entire little kid life of, hey, who do you root for? Or who are you a fan of? Was the Buffalo Bills, and that was always the butt end of the joke because we missed the playoffs for so many years, as well as took so many shots at EJ Manuel's, Trent Edwards, Nate Peterman's, the first round quarterbacks that always fucking sucked. I would have absolutely took. And to top it off, we are literally, I believe in Brady's career, I know it's Patriot and Brady stat, but that was the team that he beat up on the most. I believe he's like 32-6 or something like that career against the Buffalo Bills. So absolutely at that point, as much as it would have been a selling out for one season, when we first made the playoffs in 2017, when I first saw it, man, was like winning the lottery. And the next year we missed the playoffs. So like it was a little bit of like a step back, and I was a little bit frustrated to where like maybe you were this year. But we also like it was the long game of we sucked to get Josh Allen, right? So like there was also a silver lining of that. But during the drought years, I absolutely during say 2010 to 2015 would have took one winning season to get in the playoffs for another shitty 5 years.
Yeah, because you bastards wasted Fred Jackson's prime.
Oh, that's my man. I've got a Freddie J jersey in the closet, coach.
Hey, there you go. I did watch the Bills play the Giants, so that was a pretty solid game.
But wide left. Wide left.
Wide
Cole.
left.
I wasn't born yet, boys. So you can say
I
that all
know.
you want.
But
I
But
don't know.
no.
But
I feel like
there is still one more game that we got to talk about.
Oh God.
I didn't watch any of the Saturday games. Which one was the last one? It was Toronto,
Calgary,
Ottawa, and then what was
If
the
I
last?
was before we like talk, I let you guys talk. Like, if I was Sergio Castillo, as soon as that kick went through on the final play of the game, I would have knocked on O'Shea's door and been like, "Trade me, man. I kicked you a tying CFL record, 63-yard field goal, only for your defense to get carved up in like 4 plays, and us still to
Special
lose the
teams.
dang game."
Bro.
special
Bro.
teams too.
They
Because
were
that return didn't that return set them up in like the 50s or near
Yeah.
No,
the
the
50s?
return they kicked it out of bounds, I think, or something.
I thought they
Or
kicked
no,
it in.
it was the
They,
40. I think it was the 40.
yeah,
Yeah,
he had like a 25-yard return on the
yeah, to
ensuing
like the
kickoff.
40. Yeah.
Hey, they were eviscerating the Winnipeg's OC on IG all
They
damn.
are, yo. They are
They
killing
don't
that man.
like this, and I was gonna
No.
get
Good.
into that if it's okay, if I could talk about that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think old boy got a little bit too much flack. I think that there was some moments where, because Brady had 100 by half, Brady had like 146 yards. So why are you getting away from Brady when you know the soft spot is between them tackles? Run the ball with him a little more, or get him throw a little dump off to him, check down something to him to get him, because they didn't have an answer for Brady. Zach was trying to force passes that were not necessary, which could have been turnovers. Everywhere he threw it, Derek Moncrief and them LBs in that secondary, they were hounding those receivers. I don't care what the score was. I don't care. The end result was that it was Winnipeg's game to lose. And that OC, he did deserve some flack, but not the way that he was getting. They're talking about, he should be fired and he don't know what the fuck he's doing. Winnipeg's back at, I feel like they're back at not square one, but they're a one-man defense with Willie out there, and their offense is not the same firepower. It's like if Brady doesn't have a big game, Wheatfall's not going to get it for you. None of the other receivers are going to get it done for you. So they're one-dimensional on offense, and they're one-dimensional on defense. It's sad.
Yeah,
But
you
to
know
be
why?
honest,
They lost
What?
Lawler, and
Mhm.
Schoen's been hurt again this year.
And Ontario Wilson,
Ontario Wilson,
Ontario
yeah.
Wilson. Yeah.
he's in the NFL, so
Yeah.
like
I heard they might get him back, but
they probably will.
we'll see if he gets cut. Apparently, he's having a good camp.
yeah,
But
with the Jets.
Yeah.
J-
Hey man, the Jets seem to love that
Jets.
CFL talent. So
yeah, I mean,
Stiggers,
right across the water.
Yeah, how
Stiggers
does
is
that
going
usually
well.
work out for them? But
So
I'm saying Stiggers seems to be doing well over down there with the Jets. Sounds like he's going to be battling for CB2 this year. So
that's good.
Calgary did have a good. Kevin Jones had a good game. Dom had a good game.
I will say the thing with
How about
Winnipeg,
that catch that Jalen made on the sidelines?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was nice.
Chef's kiss.
the one thing I'll say about Winnipeg is that they don't have a true receiving threat.
Nope.
No.
It ain't
Like-
Wheatfall.
Wheatfall's fast, but he can't catch.
Sound like a Raiders receiver.
Like he just, I don't know, man. And like I know sometimes it's like you're going deep, you're going down the sideline, you really have a 50-50 chance of catching it. Not all the targets are going to be catchable balls.
But he's no Kenny Lawler. Only Kenny Lawler can make those type of plays, man. And that's what they're missing, those 50-50 balls. They're missing out on opportunities where if you're going to play intermediate, you're going to play short game, you got to catch the ball. And we were talking about that with Ottawa. We were talking about that with them, man. If you can't, they're trying to run before they catch. They're trying to get in open space. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot that the Winnipeg offense doesn't really seem to grasp. But I don't know. Good game, ended on another field goal. I love these 3-minute endings. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun yesterday in
Yes,
general.
sir.
Or last week, I should say.
Yeah. What about this?
No, but like Wheatfall is just over 50% catch rate right now. He has 28 targets,
That's
28
so
receptions,
Wow.
42 targets.
He's like the top receiver on that team, is he not?
So he's
Supposed to be.
66% catch rate.
Dempsey should have more touchdowns. Dempsey, I think, has 5. I don't know how many receiving yards Weeple has.
No, I just mean like not necessarily by like the stats, but I mean like
He's
in
been used a
general.
lot as like receiver one. Like you look at
Yeah,
some
that's what I
other.
mean.
The fact that they don't use Dembski in the running game, like they only used him once in the running game last week.
I feel like that
Makes-
might be a sign that like he's kind of starting to also.
Old.
Yeah, he's like been in the league for like 10 years.
Phase him
I'm
out.
still a big
Try to
Nick.
bring in the new guys.
I'm still a big Nick Dempsey. I agree with you, Shane. I just feel like that is obviously either that or it's like the offensive coordinator, obviously with like the people, the fans already like calling for a job. Maybe that's just something like that he doesn't feature in his offense, where that was kind of a feature in the past.
Before we go into the picks, Dinwiddie has made headlines
Again.
by calling out his team.
Motherfucker, you gonna call him out?
Basically saying they were soft.
You're losing the locker room.
Is he though? Because he did it last year and they won a Grey Cup.
Yeah, but he's done it twice now.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, you're pro players. You're played to perform. And
I understand that.
Yeah, but that's on the coach too.
Okay, okay.
Coach can't manage how a person plays on the field.
Right, but you can put him in a position to be successful. It's
in a position to be.
No,
it's like getting a horse to water. You can't force him to drink.
That's my line. But anyway,
fuck. Now he's flustered.
That's
my
line.
I'm saying is that a coach can't put him in a position
to succeed. Never flustered, bitch. Never.
He could put him in a position to succeed, but the player still has to put in the work.
It's a 50-50 thing, though. I agree.
Is it a 50-50 or is it a like 30-70?
50-50.
I feel like it's more 30-70. I feel like a lot more onus has to be on the player.
60-40 and you got a deal.
Okay, so Shane, let me ask you this then. So if it's more the players than Dinwiddie, what the heck is releasing the last 2 men on your roster? Like, arguably the 44th and 45th man gonna do for you?
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing. I mean, again, I think he needs to go out and like actually make a statement.
But yeah, so cut someone like, I mean, obviously they're not gonna do this, but like I'm just using this name as an example, like McManus, like.
If you want to send him,
they're obviously not gonna cut him, but like somebody of that caliber, if you really want
like
change,
Daniels or someone,
yeah, cut him.
Okay,
be like, you're not performing, go home.
If it was Scott Milanovich doing this shit, we'd be calling for his job. Because Dinwiddie has won 2 recent Grey Cups, it's called sending a message. But is the message being received, or is it just going on deaf ears? Because if you do it once during the season, that's when it should fucking work. But if you're doing it 2 times in the season, then bro, you might be losing the locker room with that message. So either
and it's not even the fact that he's done it twice in a season. He's done it like twice in a month.
Yeah.
Or like 5 weeks.
He did it against the game against Hamilton.
Yeah. Which was like a month ago.
Yeah. So it's like, bro, like maybe you need to look at yourself as a coach and see that, hey, what we're doing right now is not working. I understand we don't have our quarterback, but you got to let that shit go. You got to find a way as the coach.
Yeah, the reason they've been awful. To be fair, how much of this is on pinball? I'm going to be very honest. We talked about it in the offseason. It was a talking point at the beginning of the year. You lose, I think what it was like 7 out of your 12 starters from the Grey Cup.
Right.
And you expect their defense to miraculously be better or be on the same level when you lose guys like Peters and Priester and Serezna and Smith, and you expect them to be on the same level. I think part of the blame also just needs to be put on pinball in the front office for how that defense, because like the offense has been you put up 42 points, you expect to win a game. Let's be real. You put up 42 points, you expect to win a game.
Well, that's just it. That was the point I was going to make, Shane. Like, yeah, they're missing technically their starting quarterback, but Arbuckle has not been the problem. No. Like, I saw, like, Shane, I'm sure you can pull it up pretty quickly here. In their last, like, 5 losses, the Argos have not scored less than 25 points in the CFL, and I believe only one of those was less than 30. If you're scoring 30 points in the CFL, that should be enough to win you games.
Yeah, so it was last week 42 against Winnipeg 31. They put up 31 against Winnipeg on their win. 25 against Montreal when they lost 26-25.
Yep.
Bye week 38, lost 51-38. They put up 29 against Ottawa, put up 32 against Saskatchewan in their loss, 39-32 to Saskatchewan. The only game they haven't put up more than 20 was their first 2 weeks. They put up 10 against Montreal and 19 against Calgary. Every other game has been over 20, like 25 or more.
Which should be enough to win you games.
Yeah, when you put up 32, you lose 39-32. That's a problem. You got to give up 51.
That's a problem.
But their special teams has also struggled. And he also called out their special teams coordinator about it too.
Their special teams has been terrible.
Yeah, that's the reason why they lost against Winnipeg. It's the reason why they lost against Ottawa.
Yeah, it's the reason they lost like basically 4 games. The Hamilton game where Wooden returned I believe it was a kickoff and a punt for a touchdown.
Yep.
The Winnipeg game, as you said, the Ottawa game, and the Saskatchewan game, where it was basically a walk-off, kickoff, return touchdown. That's 4 games right there, and you're 2-7. If you win 2 of those games, you're 4-5, and you're fighting for second in the division right now.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
So, I don't know. I feel like at some point, you need to call the players. I mean, people talk about coaches not calling out players and being too soft on players.
No, I don't think I think you should. I just think if you do it one too many times, you overcooking the grits.
If it's an every week thing, I agree.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, you as a coach also just need to be straight out and be like, the players need to, like, the onus is on the players. It's the same thing with Ottawa. Was at some point, like, you can say it's the coaching, putting them in success and whatnot, but at some point the players need to show out. They need to put up. They're playing pro ball. They need to take pride and responsibility for their own play.
Football
if you're
situational.
And maybe it's the fact that, like, as an offensive lineman, you are taught, it is in your DNA that, like, you are responsible for your own performance. If you give up 5 sacks, that's on you. It's not on the coach. It's not on the quarterback. It's not on your teammate. It's on you. If you give up 5 sacks, it's on you. So the idea that, like, other positions are like, oh, it's coaching, put him in a position to win. No, man. Like, your job is to go out there and tackle and stop a player from scoring. Don't just throw your shoulder into him and then stop halfway, like, and then stop there like you're confused, like a deer with headlights on. Like, wrap up, tackle him to the ground, play your position. Yeah. And I think that at the end of the day is a big thing. It's like, players also need to be held responsible for their play. Coaches need to be held responsible for putting the players in position to win.
And making adjustments. Be willing to make adjustments.
But at the end of the day, if a player misses a tackle because he jogged on a return and missed his coverage, that's on the player. Like, there's mistakes where it's like broken coverage or like you just made a bad play call. And then there's plays of just straight tomfoolery from a player not recognizing his role and responsibility. And those are the types of things that need to be called out.
Do your job. All right, picks.
Ottawa.
Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. start. The Ottawa Redblacks head to Winnipeg looking for their 3rd straight win to kind of climb back into the East playoff race. And then Winnipeg is looking to rebound and stay in the top 4 in the West. I believe they're only a game up on BC for 3rd.
They're tied in points, but they've played one last game.
Yeah, they played one last game, so they're a game up on BC right now. So a win puts them ahead, and BC playing Montreal later on in the week. So I have Ottawa. I think they're healthy offensively. Outside of Pelios being done, I think Winnipeg's a very beatable team. Like Coach said, they're kind of one-dimensional. Ottawa's playing. They coming off a huge come from behind win. I think they should be able to carry the momentum into Thursday. So I'm taking Ottawa.
Cole?
Are you high? You
Is he?
just standing there enjoying the
I
show?
think he popped the edible.
I said coach. Did you guys not hear me?
No,
Oh,
you're just
I
looking
said
there
coach.
stoned as hell.
I said coach.
What?
I'm pretty sure you said it in your head. You didn't verbally say it.
No, I literally said coach.
I don't think
What you
so.
calling me for? Shit, we called you.
Because I want to know who you're gonna pick. I know
Because he doesn't know who
trying
to pick, and he's trying to figure out who to pick.
dude, coach isn't even like he's not even close to you. Why do you care what coach picks anymore?
Exactly.
Because-
I'm gonna be back though. Fuck you, Blake.
Coach is only 2 games back. Coach, I'm right behind you. I'm a
Exactly.
game behind.
I'll take Ottawa. I guess the coach.
I
is
got
gonna go.
Ottawa.
Yeah, lame.
Clean sweep, Red Blacks.
All right,
I'd like
Ottawa,
to
don't
take
let us down
Winnipeg,
here.
but Winnipeg's.
Dicey.
Yeah, they might turn into the Stamps of the East.
I can't believe Winnipeg slapped the shit out of us with Chris Shriveler.
Second game is the Friday nighter. Toronto going to Edmonton.
Oh.
I'm gonna go last on this one.
Burner.
Cole, you go first here.
Those goes. You said Toronto at Edmonton or vice versa?
Yep. Nope, Toronto at Edmonton.
Toronto at Edmonton.
Yep.
I'll take Toronto.
Wow.
I tried to take Toronto last week, but I think
So
they're doing some good.
maybe where Blake takes the lead.
Who
So
said I was going
Blake's
to go with
going
Edmonton?
Pardon?
Who said I was going to go with Edmonton?
I'm just assuming.
But
That's why I said
yeah.
may take the lead. I said this could be where he takes the lead, so it's an assumption. But
yes, I am going to take Edmonton. I think they've been a lot better. I know the sack numbers have gotten worse with Fajardo, but like look at the 3 games they played with Fajardo as starter, and look at the 3 games they've played with, or 5 or whatever it was, with Trey Ford as the starter. Like they lost by 3 to the Riders, and yeah, I get that that's kind of like the Riders letting teams back into the games when maybe they shouldn't. But they went toe to toe with Hamilton, and I would argue they should have beat Hamilton that game if it wasn't for the Elks kind of elking on themselves at the end. Like if Curly Gittins makes that catch, and I know he made up for it last week by catching the game-winning touchdown, but if he makes that catch in the end zone, you at least force Bo Levi to at most like he has to drive to at least force overtime. Maybe he scores a touchdown as time expires, and maybe Hamilton still wins that game. But they didn't have to go through that because he dropped the pass. And then last week, like Cody Fajardo was proven time and time again, wherever he goes, like if you need a money drive, Cody Fajardo is arguably right now, like I would want Cody leading my team. I'm not saying like over every quarterback in the CFL, I would pick Cody as a starter. But I'm saying, like, if you need a money drive, like you're down by 3, you're down by 5 in the last like 3 minutes, I might pick Cody Fajardo over everyone else in the CFL.
that's crazy, but I get it.
I knew Shane was I was about to say something, but I was literally waiting for Shane because.
But if you look at like last year,
No,
like Montreal was so good.
I don't necessarily disagree.
And
I
the
just
Grey Cup
what
2 years ago, like Fajardo
Shane
led
was-
them to win the Grey Cup. But
what Shane was already saying about Fajardo, I knew he's not a fan. So I was like, Shane's probably just hating this right now. Yeah, literally.
But anyways, coach.
I'm gonna go with Edmonton. I know the sack situation. Pause. With Cody is high risk, but it's high risk, high reward if he can get that money ball down there. Cody can do it, and attacking that Toronto secondary. If McFadden, Franklin, and the rest of that secondary is on point, you're taking chances. But I have faith in Cody in that offense, so I'm gonna go with Edmonton.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Edmonton here. That defense and special teams, like Javon Leake coming out as like a punt and kick returner, should have a good game.
Oh yeah,
Against his former team too.
Yeah, like I have a feeling that special teams will be the difference maker for Edmonton here. So I'm gonna stick with Edmonton.
All right.
So just to ask you guys a question to go off what we just talked about, does it give you guys any pause? Because when I mentioned it earlier about like when the bright spots I've seen from Cody Fajardo, I know he's been efficient. His completion percentage has been good. He's thrown for I believe just over 300 yards, like around 300 yards each game. But he's putting up I think low 20 points each of the past 2 weeks. As we just talked about with Toronto, they scored into the 30s. And Cody's problem has always been, I know Blake, you like to take him in clutch situation, which is important in a close game like this, where it could come down to something like that, right? But he tends to also leave a lot of points out there. I feel like that has been the thing with Cody Fajardo throughout his career. So there's
Yeah, but
obviously I
I
know
would
the
argue that
defense.
like him leaving points out is more of the defenses he's playing, and we also just talked about how bad Toronto's defense is.
Mm-hmm.
But we also
I
just
think
talked about
this
how
is going to
their
be a
offense
special
isn't a
teams game.
problem.
I think this is going to be a special teams game where like Cody doesn't need to. The offense will need to put up 20, 30 points. You're probably going to get.
I just feel like we've talked about Cody the last 2 weeks because of his toughness rather than his actual play. To be
Oh,
clear.
I don't. Again, I don't think Cody is going to be the reason they win or lose this game. I think Cody has done enough to. He's been a perfect game manager, but I do think in this specific week that the special like Javon Leake is going to have a bigger impact on this game than Cody Fajardo will.
Yeah, I hear you from that standpoint. I just feel like both defenses suck and Toronto has a better offense. So that's just why I asked the question.
It sounds like Hamilton's getting some of their defense, like some of their high defenders back.
But they had them to start the year and they still sucked.
Hopefully, I mean they've been playing better recently, so hopefully adding those additions, makes an improvement. Because I'm pretty sure Mechie's expected back this week, which is huge at that safety spot. So I expect the defense to play a little bit better than what we've seen previously, but I don't know. It's a toss up. I think it's gonna be like a close scoring game. I don't think it's gonna be like a blowout either way. I really think it comes down to special teams. I think the field position, if you can get probably in the 40 to 46, like if that's your starting drive for Edmonton, you should win the game.
Yeah.
And I think having a guy like Leak as your returner puts you in a position to start closer to midway, like close to half.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for Fajardo, that's huge. Because even if you get to the 50 or get to the Toronto's 40, you can probably get 3 points every drive. And that means you only have to go 20, 30 yards instead of 60 yards.
Nickel and dime the points.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the last game?
Montreal versus BC. I'm assuming
we skipped a game.
We skipped a game.
Right, Hamilton.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Hamilton. I think self-explanatory there. Hamilton's rolling right now. I think offensively they're rolling. The defense seems to be getting it together. Also, just don't trust Saskatchewan in any way, shape, or form.
Coach, is that a Joe jersey?
No, Don Narcisse.
Okay. Coach, you go. I'm going last since I've already.
All right. Well, I think it's going to be a good matchup for both teams. I think a lot of people want to say on social media it's the Grey Cup preview. I'm not going to sit there and say that. I think that both teams are in a position where they can it's going to be a good scoring game. I think Trevor Harris is going to show his max potential, I guess you could call it, Shane, or whatever he can do at 40-some years old. And it's going to come down to who. I think we'll see a big game from AJ Ouellette. I think we'll see a big game from Kenny Lawler. It's going to be a fun game to watch. So I'm going to go with the Riders on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Riders as well. Like I think they're just first of all, the game's in Regina. Second of all, the Riders are 7-1, and they're just like I contradictory to Shane. I think Hamilton's more pretenders than Saskatchewan because like that offense, yeah, they're really good, but like they've shown in the last like 3-4 weeks the Edmonton game kind of withstanding, where the lightning delay definitely helped them. Their offense has masked a lot of their defensive problems. And like I think that the Riders are going to expose them. Yeah, and I just think the Riders are the better team.
Go ahead and pick Hamilton, Cole.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way to be completely honest with you, Coach. But before I do, is there any updates on like? I believe I saw Emulus is not practicing, or maybe I misread that. Like, are they getting
I
any of
thought he was
these like?
back practicing, but I could be wrong.
Are they getting like
I'll
any?
pull up the injury report real quick.
Like, what about like KSB or any of these guys? I know
KSB's close, I know that.
He's almost
Keyshawn
off the
still.
16.
Keyshawn back in the lineup for them as well, I believe, right?
So Alfred is DNP. Sean Bain Jr. was full. That's it. Those are the only ones on Saskatchewan's injury report.
So that would mean Emulus is basically a full participant if he's not on there.
That is correct.
If he was on there last week, he should have been added this week.
Yeah, but they had a bye last week. That's why he
Like
might not be on there.
you mean added to the injury report?
Yeah, because generally, if you're out for the previous, like your last game due to injury, you're back on at least day one as a full participant. If it's a carryover, but yeah, with a bye, it might be different.
I think that dynamic's huge for this game because I think it is going to be like a game that maybe starts out a little bit like where both teams are feeling each other out, and then they kind of start to, Hamilton turns it on in the second half. I am going to lean towards Hamilton a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it hesitation, because I feel like if Saskatchewan is able to have a few of those guys back, specifically a guy like Emulus, I feel like he opens up the offense that much more, especially with AJ Ouellette and then being able to run the ball and the style of play Trevor Harris likes to play, right? Of going to Emulus in some of those second and manageable like those money down situations, right? And it'll be an interesting one if he is in the lineup. I would probably lean to it's just like it's going to be a really good football game. So either way you go, you're going to probably regret. But I'm going to go with Hamilton. I think, as Shane said, yeah, I somewhat agree with Blake in the last few weeks with the circumstances of the Saskatchewan game, excuse me, the weather delays,
Edmonton.
the Edmonton, excuse me, BC with, I know Blake and I talked about it. I believe that was the post game Blake joined me of like I believe it was some of the maybe missed calls that we'd never like to like hold on to that as like the reason why BC lost. But there was definitely some like implications for them being able to pull that one out. They obviously lose to BC, but they are rolling offensively. And as much as you want to maybe poke holes in some of that, no one's been able to stop them offensively. So I feel like they are going to continue to be able to put up points. And it just comes down to like if Trevor Harris has his weapons around him to be able to match that and get into that game that I think that we're gonna see on. Is it Saturday, Shane? Is this the Saturday night game?
No, it's the Saturday
Saturday
afternoon.
game.
Saturday afternoon, darn. What time is this kickoff?
Noon,
3
our time.
Oh, nice. That's sick. I'll be able to watch this game then. I'll be able to watch both of the other ones.
Speaking of Hamilton's offense, just for a quick sec, is like Shane, this is more a question specifically for you. Is Genius trolling us at this point? Like, how is Genius Sports? Like, how is Keandre Smith's fantasy value dropped each of the last like 3 weeks? Like, he's he's at 2,500 right now. He's literally the lowest you can be.
He has 344 yards and like 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks too, which is unbelievable.
And he's the lowest you can be.
I expect Genius Sports to be gone next.
His value is the same as rookies that have played like one game.
Shane, how long is that contract?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's like 5 years, I think.
Like, how the hell do we sign this contract with them? And like, they've had problem after problem. We don't have stats. We don't have this. We don't have this. And it's like, oh, we promised this Genius Sports is to come in and change the game. And it's like, it's gotten worse. If not, it's just embarrassing. Especially when the CFL's tweeting out touchdown and it's an extra point. It's like,
point convert.
Fuck me, man. Like, what are we doing?
A fullback touch? No, it was a fullback 2-point convert. But
Shane, does it say anything?
I can't find anything.
Because like it's been ridiculous.
2021.
I'm pretty sure it was 5 years, but I could be wrong.
So long-term partnership is set to begin in 2022. It doesn't.
Long term doesn't sound good. That's 2022. We're not long enough term yet.
Transaction is expected to become effective January 2022. It doesn't. I can't see anything, at least from the CFL's website exactly. There's no actual date.
It's brutal. It's like, what the hell are we doing here?
Anyway,
I honestly I expect it to be done within the next 2-3 years, or
There's one
significantly
more.
improved next with Johnson in
Stewart,
charge. I would expect there would be probably some, and with FanDuel, like their partnership with FanDuel, I would expect there to be some significant improvements required heading into 2026 if Genius wants to keep working with them.
Yeah, but last game of the week.
Because I agree. I mean, they're saying that the entire website is going to get updated ahead of 2026.
Yeah,
So-
but didn't they
Saying
just
that?
lose the historical stats like this offseason or something?
They lost the historical stats like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, it's
I think like so. My understanding is that they're going to be revitalizing the entire website. It's going to run. It's going to basically be modeled after like the NFL website. Like they're completely revamping the site, from my understanding.
I believe
but
it when I see it.
We'll see it in only 5 to 10 years probably.
Exactly.
2060.
Yeah.
When our
They're
grandkids
like,
are dead.
they're like, new website coming soon. 30 years later.
The SpongeBob meme.
Talking to our
Thirty
grandkids
years
about how we
later.
had to deal with Genius Sports.
Remember
But
when we
yeah,
played CFL Fantasy and we had to open up web browser instead of an app? Oh,
yeah.
those were the days, kids.
I think
Those were
that's
Dude, we
the
where
didn't even
days.
have a CFL video game.
I honestly I
Hey,
think
hey, shout out to Nelson Hackowich. I believe that is
Oh
his
my
name.
god, that guy's awesome.
That
Dude's
guy is a
amazing.
fucking beauty. Not only for how many hours I'd imagine that took to put it all 9 teams into NCAA 26, to put jerseys, uniforms, I believe stadiums as well, and
Yep.
the players all down to T-men. It is so sick. I actually was playing over at my buddy's house the other weekend there. We threw it on. The only shitty part, and I know this is like a super like petty thing, that it's 4 downs, man. If it was 3 downs, true CFL football, it'd be so sick. It'd be like a true CFL video game. But that's a debate for another day when hopefully we get a video
Punt it
game.
on
But
third down.
what's that, Shane?
So you just punt it on third down or create a turnover on
Shut
downs.
up, Shane. I would
Oh
never
my
do
God.
that. That would.
I'm just
could
saying,
never
if you
do
want
that.
to make it a 4, if you really want to make it like you
I know.
make it.
I know, Shane. Yeah, you're right.
Saying.
You're right, but I could never do that. Or morally, Shane, I could never just punt in, especially when I have the controls. Like it's like no consequences in video games, right? Like you can gamble when it's 4th and 10 and you're backed up on like your 15-yard line, and like it's automatically comes up as punt, and you just click B and you're like, fuck this, we're going for it. We have no, we don't care.
I'm just saying that like if you go for it on third down and you don't complete it, you just you waste the down, you do the turnover on downs, and you give them the ball. You just waste the 4th down. There you go. There's your third. There's your 3 down play.
Honestly, Shane, instead, I just rack it up with the quarterbacks now. We have an extra down to pass the ball, so we've been gunslinging in the last few games we played.
Oh my god.
But the last game is Montreal BC. I'm gonna go BC. I think this, if they don't win this game, I think it's very telling of where BC is.
So yeah,
Agreed.
so
This should be a very a BC heavy win.
I believe I'll go second. I speak for everybody that should be a clean sweep unless coach wants to do something wild. That being said, Blake knows that I've mentioned this quite often and probably beaten into a dead horse on multiple post games. That if the Lions were to lose this game, this is the 2025 Lions to a T.
Take a step forward, 2 steps back.
Exactly. To win a game, maybe win 2, and then lose 2 or 3. To win a game versus Hamilton like that, to get a little momentum, feel good, to come back home and lose, that would be the Lions to a T this year. So I'm interested to see. I'm going with the Lions, like I said. So I'm hoping that I'm right. But do not have a little bit of cautious optimistic this week, boys, when you're watching that game on Saturday, because I don't know if I'm speaking for Blake as well, but as a Lions fan, I am feeling uneasy, even without, even with Montreal starting Caleb Evans, which it looks like at quarterback. Just, I feel like that defense is going to be able to, like, I know Nathan Rourke has had pretty good success against that defense in the past, but that defense is usually pretty good for, like, at least getting home, creating, causing havoc, excuse me. So I would imagine they're going to be able to get some stops and maybe keep it like a little bit closer than we would like for Blake and I. But like I said, I'm going with BC. So I like Shane said, this is very telling if you lose this one at home.
Yeah.
This is one you need to take care of business, especially with as we talked about earlier, right? Winnipeg's within striking distance. Calgary's kind of not within striking. Or I guess like you could say they're within striking distance, but
They're fluttering. Like they swept Montreal, and other than that, they're 500. But
this is the time where you want to get on a run, opposed to stay where you've been, where it's been
Especially
one
with
step forward.
back-to-back against Ottawa coming up.
Yeah, and I believe
and
it's a
Toronto
pretty.
thrown in there too.
I was gonna say it's a pretty East-heavy schedule where we just faced Montreal, we faced Hamilton back to back, we faced Ottawa back to back, and I believe we have a
Yeah, it's
Toronto
like
game in there.
7 games in a row because we went
So
Hamilton back to back, Montreal this week, Toronto next week, and then Ottawa back to back.
so that means like the West teams are hopefully beating up on each other, right? So hopefully you're getting some luck on that end where one of the other teams are losing. You're not hoping for some luck. You're gonna get luck, right? One of the other teams are losing, so this is very telling, as Shane said, that if you're the Lions, you need to take care of business at home, no matter how good that Montreal West defense is, and it affects the game.
I'm going BC.
Yeah, no, it's
Clean sweep.
they're Montreal's on Caleb Evans now. Like Davis Alexander is obviously hurt. He's not returning for this game. McLeod Bethel Thompson is hurt, and he won't be there for this game. And Cameron Dukes won't be ready to start yet. I will admit, I think Cameron Dukes is going to be an upgrade when he's ready, but that's not going to be this week. So
Right.
I don't know what type of upgrade it would be, though.
he's better than Caleb Evans.
I
The
mean,
Argos were 5-4 last year with him.
I don't know. I just don't think Cameron Dukes is that good of a quarterback.
I feel like they're just both not that great as a quarterback, so it's kind of like 50-50, like whoever plays good on any given day kind of thing.
That's
Like,
fair. I think one of the better quarterbacks still just isn't in the league right now. And
Yeah, Brian Scott.
Yeah. I would 100% take him over Cameron Dukes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd take him 100% over Jeremiah Masoli and Chase Bryce, but fuck, look where we're sitting at.
Ugh.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Hopefully Jeremiah
buddy.
Masoli never sees the field again.
Yeah, I like Jeremiah Masoli as a person. He is a great human being, but goodness gracious, brother,
He's way past
He
his
needs
time-
to retire. He should have retired
Yeah,
like
it's-
2 years ago.
Yeah.
it's time to go enjoy the family, brother. Go kick the feet up on some beach and enjoy the fam.
But Shane, is that it? Did we go
That's
through all the
it.
games?
That's all 4
That's
games.
everything.
All right.
All 4
Well,
games.
I'll be in first next week, so
We'll
first
last.
all by myself, I should say.
We'll
Yeah,
last.
keep hoping, Blake.
Yeah,
Keep
whatever.
hoping, man. Honestly,
Should
you
we
guys should
last?
be like, you guys should be slightly rooting for me so that we don't have to
Why?
hear Blake if he's in
Why
first.
the fuck would we do that?
But if Blake's in first and we're hearing this, you two are coaches. I'm 2 games back too.
Okay, and what's your point?
Coach, you gonna be my my tailpipe all season.
Never behind another
I could
man.
be tied with Coach at the end of the week.
You
Oh
could
fuck!
be.
Goodbye. Let's end
Like
this shit.
that Hamilton Saskatchewan game
So-
is the difference right there.
So to get this all straight, Shane, you are 4 games back of Blake and I, and 2 games back
I'm
of Shane,
3.
or Coach. 3 games back.
Yeah. So for the records, Blake and Cole are 24-15. Coach is 22-17, and I'm 21-18. So
Our
Well,
pick'em
we-
is
we're-
actually way better than last year. Like
We're all
none of us
funny.
are below 500.
Hey.
no. So
We're all
basically,
funny.
the only difference is this week is Cole has 2 against Coach and Blake. So that it's the Hamilton, Saskatchewan, and Toronto, Edmonton. So
Wait, give me the what was that? What was the other one? I know I have Hamilton or the Hamilton
the
one.
Toronto,
Yeah, Toronto.
Edmonton game. So you took Toronto. So
Yeah.
realistically,
I was the only one to pick Toronto last week too, I believe.
yeah,
were.
you lost.
And how'd that work out for
Oh
you?
my god! Fucking don't even start. Do not even start with that game.
I'm just saying.
You darn well know with your little smirk on your face.
I'm just saying you lost. I don't know why
Don't
you're
even
saying that.
start.
Like I'm the only one who picked Toronto. Like you were right. You weren't.
I wasn't saying it like I'm right. I'm saying it like I believe in Toronto to be better than Hamilton. I'm not like picking them on a whim here.
And they weren't.
So I'm just saying that like those are your two difference. So if you can win those, you'll be up.
Back to
Up
2
two?
games up, yeah.
But if you lose both, Blake takes the lead. No matter what happens on Thursday or Saturday.
I'll smoke crack.
Late game Saturday, man.
Yeah, late game Saturday. So, and then the only
Because
difference
there's no more Sunday games. Sigh.
the only difference between Coach and I for third is the Hamilton Saskatchewan game. So,
stay in the basement.
that's all. That's the only game that matters to me because if the other 3 games don't go in my favor, they don't go in Coach's favor. So,
let's get out of here. I gotta be up in the morning.
Yeah, hour and a half. I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good for us.
Yeah. Even with Cole here.
I know.
Hey, I was good tonight. I didn't even say much.
You look
were
hot.
good.
I'm tired. Dude, I'm working at 4:30 in the goddamn morning.
Shit.
So you're not going to the field today?
No, not today. I'm going tomorrow. It's been a 2 weeks, let's just say that, boys. I'm working at like the Woodgrove, like the local mall right now, so we have to be in before the mall opens up to like get all of our work done, right? So my sleep schedule is so messed up. Like I've been probably getting like I'm more used to going to sleep around like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So like I've been going to bed around like 11:30, and then getting up to like
4:30.
Well, get up at 4, dude. It's been like I've just been a zombie after work. And if I nap, I'll stay up till like midnight, and it'll be even worse. So I've been trying to like not nap and like go to bed at a reasonable time, opposed to other way around. So I am
feel that.
so flipping
I'm
tired
like
right now.
that too.
That's why I'm on the couch right now. I didn't even want to like sit on a chair.
But Cole drove the other day. It was pretty cool.
That's good.
I drive like I just don't snap for you. I drive probably like every day.
But
like
you were by yourself. You were breaking laws.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I guess don't say that, Blake. Yeah, don't be saying that, Blake.
Blake's a snitch.
Blake, come on.
He was 100% the rat in school.
There could be feds watching, Blake. You never know. And it was
always watching.
It was for.
You guys remember Recess?
Yeah.
Randall.
Yeah, he's Randall.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's get out of here.
Hey, it was for a good reason.
But he looks like him too.
He does like Randall.
I know.
Dude, your reason was getting a blizzard.
I don't give a fuck.
See?
Yo, blizzards are legit.
See? Good reason. It's also like
there's a new ice cream spot that opened up like down the road from us. Oh my god. It is like heaven on earth.
Don't get me wrong, I'd much rather like an ice cream spot rather than like Dairy Queen or McDonald's. I feel like that's always like just better ice cream.
Dude, McDonald's is always like the ice cream machine's broken.
That too.
They don't clean it.
I know.
Bro, it takes
it's not that it's broken, it's that they've already cleaned it and they don't want to clean it again. That's why they say it's broken.
You only clean it once a week.
Clean the shit.
You clean it once a week. That machine needs to be cleaned, deep cleaned once a week.
Are you speaking from experience, Shane?
Yes, I had to clean it. I cleaned when I was working at McDonald's, I cleaned every piece of machinery in our McDonald's because I had to learn how to do it.
So we're getting off topic. Let's get out of here.
I got practice in the morning.
So, but yeah. All right. That's it from us, folks. Have a good one. Enjoy this week's games. Enjoy the CFL and the CJFL. Catch us back here next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share button. Helps us grow, get the word out to other CFL fans. Make sure you put on notifications so you never miss an episode. We'll catch you back here next week, same time. Enjoy the weekend of games.